The origin of humanity: Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Have you ever thought about where we come from and how humanity began? At some point in life, this question has probably crossed your mind. Who am I in terms of ancestry? According to the sacred scriptures, what is my lineage and which people do I descend from? In our video series, The Origins of Peoples According to the Bible, we take a detailed look at different ethnic groups. But in this video, we want to focus specifically on the 3 sons of Noah. This study is based on Genesis chapter 10, which describes the ancestors of all humankind, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. After the great flood, Noah and his family left the ark. His 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, were given the task of repopulating the earth. God commanded them to spread across the world and fill it with their descendants. This account is found in Genesis 10:1-32. Japheth, one of Noah's sons, is considered the forefather of many nations. His descendants played a significant role in shaping both European and Asian civilizations. Japheth's wife, Adad-Nisis, is believed to be the mother of Asian peoples. If you'd like to learn more about her, as well as the wives of Shem and Ham, we have a dedicated video on our channel. Japheth's sons were Gomer, Magog, Madai, Javan, Tubal, Meshech, and Tiras. Gomer's children were Ashkenaz, Riphath, and Togarmah. Javan's children were Elisha, Tarshish, Kittim, and Dodanim. Japheth's descendants spread across Europe and Asia, forming many nations known as the Japhetic peoples. These included the Greeks, Sumerians, Scythians, Medes, Iberians, Celts, Phrygians, Etruscans, Italics, Vikings, and Germanic tribes throughout Scandinavia. They contributed to the genetic makeup of Europe. Ashkenaz is believed to be the ancestor of northern European peoples, including those with blonde and red hair. Javan is considered the forefather of the Greek peoples. Riphath is believed to be the ancestor of the Iberian peoples, which includes the Spanish and Portuguese. The ancient Celtic tribes are thought to be direct descendants of Riphath, one of Japheth's grandsons. In addition, many Asian people are also descendants of Japheth, particularly through Japheth's wife. Some scholars who study human origins suggest that after the events of the Tower of Babel, Japheth's wife's name changed to something similar to Asia. She is believed to have become the ancestral mother of the Asian peoples. Togarmah, Japheth's grandson, is considered the forefather of many Asian nations. The name Togarmah is thought to mean broken or pulled. According to the prophet Ezekiel, Togarmah was the ancestor of many peoples from the far north. The Bible references this in Ezekiel 38, where it says, "Gomer and all his troops, the house of Togarmah from the far north and all his troops, many nations are with you." One interesting fact is that Asians make up the largest population group in the world. They represent the biggest portion of humanity and are considered to be descendants of Togarmah. The House of Togarmah includes many groups from the far north, which means from Asia. There are many peoples who trace their lineage back to Togarmah, but here are a few examples: Chinese, Japanese, Koreans, Proto-Mongolians, Turkmens, and many other Asian ethnic groups. This was Japheth's lineage, which spread and grew in number, just as Noah had prophesied during his lifetime. Now, let's take a closer look at the descendants of Ham, whose name means burnt or dark-colored, similar to the color of something that has been burned. Ham is known as the ancestor of people with black skin. Ham had 4 sons: Cush, Mizraim, Put, and Canaan. Cush had several sons, including Rama, Sheba, Sabta, Sabteka, and Havilah. Rama became the father of Sheba and Dedan. Cush was also the father of Nimrod, a powerful man on earth who rebelled against God. He is known for leading the construction of the Tower of Babel. It is important to mention that the name Cush literally means black or dark-skinned. Cush, the son of Ham, was the ancestor of many African peoples. Mizraim, another son of Ham, was the ancestor of Ludim, Anamim, and Caphtorim. Canaan, the youngest son of Ham, was the one who received Noah's curse. It is important to note that the curse was directed at Canaan, not at his father Ham. Canaan became the father of Sidon and Heth, and his descendants primarily settled in the Middle East and parts of Mesopotamia. The Hamitic peoples, descendants of Ham, spread across several regions. Most of them settled in Africa, some also migrated to Australia and India. And the Canaanites, descendants of Canaan, settled in the Middle East and parts of Mesopotamia. The descendants of Ham include many well-known ancient groups such as Sumerians, Ethiopians, Nubians, Libyans, Egyptians, various North and South African tribes, the first inhabitants of India, and the Aboriginal people of Australia. The Dravidian peoples of India are also considered Hamitic because of their darker skin tone, which reflects their descent from Ham. The name Put or Fut means bow, symbolizing the warriors and hunters of Africa. The name Cush means black, which refers to the dark skin tone of many African peoples. Mizraim, the ancestor of the Egyptians, also had dark skin, though their tone was more brown. The Canaanites included several ancient groups such as Sidonians, Phoenicians, Hittites, Amorites, Jebusites, Hamathites, Girgashites, Hivites, Sinites, and Zemarites. These groups primarily lived in Lebanon, Jordan, and the Middle East, alongside other Canaanite populations. They were seen as practitioners of sorcery and witchcraft, which was something that displeased God. Now, let's talk about one of the most fascinating groups, the indigenous peoples. The Bible tells us that Togarmah was the ancestor of many peoples, as mentioned in Ezekiel 38:6. Togarmah is believed to be the forefather of people with slanted eyes, as his name is associated with a meaning that refers to eyes that are slanted or shaped differently. Modern research has confirmed that indigenous peoples share ancestry with Asian populations. This means that their origins trace back to the lineage of Togarmah, who was a descendant of Japheth. However, there is also a strong connection between indigenous peoples and the Hamitic peoples. This is evident in the brown skin tone seen in many ancient indigenous groups, such as the Maya, Aztecs, and Incas. Some Native Americans have lighter skin, closely resembling Asian populations like the Japanese, while others have darker brown skin, suggesting a stronger genetic link to Hamitic ancestry. The indigenous peoples of the Americas primarily descend from Japheth, specifically from Togarmah, but they also have a strong genetic influence from Hamitic ancestry. The slanted eyes of many indigenous groups are a clear connection to Asian populations, and this has been scientifically proven through genetic studies. Therefore, indigenous peoples have their origins in Asia, but also carry influences from Hamitic ancestry. Now, let's move on to the descendants of Shem to better understand genealogies and the origins of different peoples. Shem was Noah's firstborn son, and at the age of 100, he had sons named Arphaxad, Aram, Ashur, Lud, and Elam. The Semitic peoples included Elamites, Assyrians, Akkadians, Chaldeans, Sabaeans, Syrians, Arameans, Hebrews, Moabites, Ammonites, Israelites, Midianites, and many others. I encourage you to like this video and share it with others who are interested in learning about genealogies and ancient peoples. See you soon.